What are we going for tonight, Cliff?
Congers,
bass,
I reckon.
rays,
yeah,
maybe.
Bass definitely.
We're pretty optimistic. I'm hoping it's going to be a good night.
Should be some interesting fish coming out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hopefully less weed.
Yeah, we'll update you if we catch any fish. Right guys, so we're out on the sand. I've got my Trident hangover rig here, all ready to go. Trident up and over rig. Just going to take the hook and we're going to bait up with a nice piece of ragworm, which is here. Feeding the worm onto the hook like so. Just going to cast it out and hopefully pick up a fish. Nice and simple. Ragworm on, push the 2 stop, glows, and there is our bait there. The up and over rig is really good. The one I'm using is a modified one to enable a running ledger feature as well into the up and over rig itself, but I'll do a rig making video on that in the next couple of weeks and show you how to make that. Red grip lead. I'm just going to cast out and see how we get on. Just going to have a quick walk around, show you what it's like. There's obviously the odd boulder here and there. There's a lot of sand where we are out at the moment, but then when the water starts coming up, it starts getting a bit more rockier and a bit more mixed ground. We've had some good fish down here, nice bass, smooth hours down here, rays down here. The rod I'm using tonight is the Achios Air Power. Absolutely loving this rod at the moment, paired with the SX8 Utopia reel. So yeah, let's cast out and we'll see what happens. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, because I'm using braid straight through, I'm going to put on a finger stool. I don't want to slice my finger off. Oh, it's the wrong hand. Just protects the pinky from getting any lacerations or anything like that. Pretty cheap to get. It's just a nice finger stool. Like I said, protect the hand from any messing around. So I'm going to take the rod, go down towards the sea, and then we're going to cast our first bait into the water. Now I'm looking at the water now. I don't know if it's going to pick it up. The water's it's not chocolatey, it's a little bit clear, it's a bit murky. Obviously with the storms and the winds that we've had over the last couple of weeks, it's not really surprising it's going to be a bit coloured tonight, which is good, because hopefully we'll be able to get a ray or something like that, or a nice bass. Right, so I'm going to cast out now. That's all in. Just going to wind in any slack and just tighten up till I find that grip lead, tighten into the sand, and I'm just going to let that off and walk it back to the tripod. When I'm at the tripod, I'm just going to tighten back up the slack so I can feel it go nice and tight, and then just back it off a little bit just so I can let a little bit of line out, because I know there's some decent fish down here. So just going to back the line off just to let the line out a little bit. If the fish does take it, it's got all the line to go. So yeah, we're cast out now, so let's see what we can do. Right guys, so this is the kind of terrain that we're fishing over. It's proper snaggy. Oh, there's a crab there. Just seen a nice crab. Let's see if we can try and grab. Oh, there's a peeler. Oh, a nice bit of bait. Oh, there's a softie. Proper softie. You, my friend, are going to be some bait. Absolutely fantastic. Great little find. Yeah, so as I was saying, oh, don't hit me. This is the ground that we're fishing over. Mixed reef, predominantly reef, onto sand, and the bit that we're fishing on at the moment is just the sand. Oh, there's another crab there just trying to hide itself. Let's have a look. Is he a softie as well? Oh no, it's a hardy. Oh, flip him back over. There we go. Obviously things like this looks like it's probably from an old boat or something like that, a bit of metal work. You do have to be careful around here as well. There has been ordnance found as well from World War II, so just be careful what's about. Report anything suspicious to the Coast Guard. But yeah, this is the kind of ground we're fishing over. Proper reefy, proper rocky. So crab is dispatched. What I'm going to do is a softie, so I mean there's not really much point in peeling him. He's already soft already. I've kept the legs on one side. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the hook and we're just going to go through the back socket. So I want the legs to come up this way, so I'm just going to go through the back socket like that, and I just whip the legs up onto the hook. So the legs are going to act like an anchor point, and then we're just going to whip the crab on with the hook at the bottom. Water's coming pretty fast around us, so we're going to have to move back in a minute. Just going to fold the crab, push it in so it's nice and spongy, just to make a nice compact bait. Make sure those juices come out. And that's pretty much my crab bait, all ready to go. Right, so I think I just had a bite. Some of the line's going out. See if I can get a video of the line going out. Is it going to do it? Probably won't do it now. Yeah, I just had a bite. Some of the line went out. So we're going to pick it up and reel it in and give it a go. See if there's anything there. Guys, be pretty careful around here. The water does come in pretty quick, so obvious dangers around here is that you can get cut off by the water. So you've got to constantly be moving back and making sure to your left and to your right you're not getting any water come behind you or anything like that. Right, I think I'm going to reel this in actually. Let's see what's going on. What I'm going to do actually, before I reel it in, I'm just going to pick the rod up. I'm just going to tighten the slack and just hold the rod and see if we get a knock. And if we get a knock back, then we know we've got a fish. Just going to hold it and wait for a knock. I don't think there is a fish there. Ooh. Well, I'm going to find out anyway. It's either a fish or it's stuck. Cliff, you take my rods and that back, my stand and that back. It feels very heavy, but I don't think we're into a fish. I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past, but the tip's been bent over quite far, and I pulled in a fish. So, I mean, we've seen a couple of knocks on the rod. Oh, it's coming in now, so I don't know. It might just be a bit of weed. Oh yeah, we're getting weed. I can't see any fish in the surf, but I've got weed on my line now, which is a pain, and it's all in the reel. So I'm going to stop winding. I'm going to put the rod back in the rod rest. Just going to drag it back. I don't really want to reel in it. There's loads of weed, and it's just going to mess up my reel. So I'm just going to plonk that on there, and I'll just hopefully walk down the beach to the rig to see if there's a fish, which I don't think there is. Just a hell of a lot of weed, and there is my rig. So yeah, no fish, but just a hell of a lot of weed. So let's try and get all the weed off the rod. Right, so part one down the local Eastbourne rock mark, didn't do too well. We just ended up reeling in a load of weed, didn't we?
Too much weed.
Too much weed, sticking to the line, sticking to the reels as well. And what we were doing is we were spending more time pulling the weed off than we were actually fishing. So we're going to up sticks and head down to around the Eastbourne Pier sort of area and take two. Hopefully we'll be able to get a fish. Righto, so nothing on the squid at the moment. We're going to go for a nice big ragworm bait, which is here. Just a load of ragworm fed on the hook, and I'm just going to cast it out and see what happens really. But at the moment, nothing much is happening, not much action. Coming down here was a pretty good decision actually, because all of the weed is no longer, so that's a good thing. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully we'll be able to get you some fish. But yeah, there's the bait. Let's cast it out. Right guys, so I'm running out of ideas now. The tide's nearly at the top of the tide, so what we're going to do is just throw a mackerel head in close. All the guts hanging out the bottom there. Just hopefully see if we can tempt the bass. 6-0 hook at the top on the running ledger. So yeah, I'm just going to plop that out and see if we can tempt the bass. Right guys, so we're entering into the last half an hour of the fishing session. It's been pretty poor, to be honest with you. I won't lie to you, but you know, that's the way fishing goes sometimes. I'm fishing on a big bait. I've been fishing on a 6-0 with an up and over all night, alternating between different baits. I had one bite at the first location, I've had one bite at the second location, but nothing's developed. Cliff's now onto a 2-hook flapper, just with some lug tip with some squid. Still nothing coming up at the minute. We're just approaching the top of the tide, so we're going to fish it out for another half an hour and see what happens. I do have a consolation prize for myself and Cliff. If we don't catch any fish tonight, which are these Swedish fish sweets, so hopefully a bit of a morale boost, and we might be able to bag a last minute fish. I'll even be happy to see a whiting at the moment, but you know, it is what it is. Right, Cliff into the first fish of the night, hopefully. Come on Cliff, don't let me down mate. Just started getting bites now, just as we're about to pack up.
I didn't believe you when you said.
You didn't believe me? Has he got a fish?
No, gone.
Oh, he's gone! No way! Right, so I've just got a bite. Just waiting. Just waiting. Don't want to pull too soon. Don't want to pull too soon. But we are getting bites, so that's a good. Oh yeah, definitely fish. Yeah, that feels like a nice fish actually. I think I'm into a fish, mate. Feels like a nice one.
Yeah.
Feels nice. Hopefully we can land the fish. It'll be the first fish of the evening. I feel the fish pulling back a little bit. Which is cool. Oh, I think we're gone. Oh no, we're still on. Thought when it was soft then. So worst ever feeling when you're fishing, when you're reeling it in and it goes all soft, where the fish might be swimming towards you and picking up the slack line. But I'm hoping that we've got a fish here. Oh yeah, we have got a fish. It's a nice fish. Oh, it's an eel. It's the first fish of the night and a little strap conger for me. Happy days. I'm happy to see a fish, even if it is a little conger. Not that bad size really, to be fair. Fish is a fish. Let's get back in. Right, so let's get this guy back in. Right, I was just going to get the eel back in then. Oh, now I'm all wet. Lovely jubbly. wait for a wave to come, and I'll drop him on the wave. There we go. There we go. And he's off. He's off downstream. He's gone. Right, so just setting up the last cast now. Gone for a squid and lug sausage. Still on the same big hooks, big 6/0 hooks. Squid and lug on the back. Right guys, that is it. Not much else has happened, I'm afraid. That is the end of the session. Been a really weird one this evening. We went to 2 locations, one at Eastbourne Rockmark up the cliffs, and a second location down by Eastbourne Pier. Nothing at the first mark, obviously, as you've seen. Completely weeded out. Come down to Eastbourne Pier. No weed, it's quite nice. Seals flat calm. Bites were pretty hard to come by, to be honest with you. We had a couple of bites and missed them, and then landed the last minute eel to save the day. So yeah, wasn't a bad session really, to be honest with you. It was good fun, nice to be out, and just enjoying the fishing really. It would be nice to see a couple more fish, but hey, you know, that is fishing. You win some, you lose some. Right then guys, see you on the next one. Cheers, thanks for watching.